I'm Naomi Hopple, and this is Vibrant Sunshine Behind the Scenes. Join me as I grow my organic cold-pressed juicery to the next level. Thanks for being here. Today, I'm going to talk about the issue of wellness. And yes, in our country, I do consider it an issue more than a topic. Most notably, when I was living in Peru as a Peace Corps volunteer, I remember the first time I became ill. And my host family asked me, "What did you do?" And my reaction was, "What do you mean? I'm sick." Because as Americans, we have this idea that as sick people, we're victims. Sickness is just something that happens to us. We don't have any accountability for it. We don't take any ownership of what we could have done differently. Whereas my host family in Peru wanted to know, what did you do to put yourself in this compromised situation where your body became ill? Isn't that interesting? They wanted to know, did you stay out too late? And then they had some sort of wives' tales-y type things like, did you sleep with the fan on? Did you drink cold water late at night? You know, some of the stuff was a little bit out there, but the concept is good, especially in a country where so many of us eat terrible things and the food actually makes us sick and we end up becoming sick and depending on medication that makes us rely upon other medications. And so many people in this country don't even see this cycle that they're in. And they probably don't realize that the people feeding us the food that make us sick are the same people who are selling us the medicine that makes us need more medicine. This is something I'm really passionate about, and it's one of the reasons why I truly believe that simplicity is the key to everything. The most simplistic food with the most whole ingredients and no nonsense. Now, in my case, over the past few months, I've had some intense shoulder pain. I had never had shoulder pain before in my life, and this was possibly brought on by having two small young ones that I'm throwing up in the air and carrying under my arms. And simultaneously, I'm doing my best to get my strength back and get back in shape. And I really love doing vinyasa yoga, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. And I think I have good form. I'm conscientious of keeping my elbows in and making sure that I'm pushing up in the correct way. I wonder if, when I'm tired in a class that maybe my form slips and that's why some of this shoulder pain is happening, but I don't really know for sure. What I do know is that last Monday after my yoga class, I had shoulder pain like I had never had shoulder pain before. And I'm doing my best to manage this in a variety of ways, like Epsom salt baths, soaks in the float tank. Shout out to my friends at Victory Float Lounge in Lawrenceville that has the most amazing float tanks. They're like 8x10. Inside, you can turn on twinkly starlights and listen to ethereal music and have just a magical experience. I also have been getting some trigger point massages and going to my friend Lisa, who's a trigger point chiropractor. So I've been doing everything I can to loosen things up in my shoulder. And I'm hoping that this will get strong again and the inflammation will go down. And I'm doing everything I can to be accountable for it. Of course, this is a physical injury, but I fully believe in mind, body, spirit, overall wellness. And I can't help but look into the psychosomatic reasons that shoulder pain might exist. So just like a brief search of what sort of things cause shoulder pain. And the things that cause shoulder pain are emotional distress, anxiety, and fear avoidance. Now, I don't really know any reasons I should have anxiety. Do you? That was a pretty funny thing to read. I think I'm dealing with the stress of opening this new store in 2 weeks pretty well. The fact is, though, that we are spending loads of money right now. And it definitely leads to some discomfort for me, especially without any income coming in yet. This is definitely an investment in my business, and I truly believe it will pay back. But one of the hardest things right now is just managing the money going out because, as I mentioned previously, it's not super easy for us to get the funds from our bank loan for construction. They are mostly operating on a reimbursement, and our loan officer has been out of town for about 2 weeks. So we are spending lots of money and waiting to get reimbursed for it and just hoping that we can pay all the bills in the meantime. And yeah, It's a little bit scary. Do I know it's going to be okay in the end? Yes, but I'm also the one who's responsible for making it so. I spent a lot of time this year trying to reconcile my understanding and my relationship with money. Money is a very emotionally charged subject, especially coming from an upbringing like mine where money was something we thought of with scarcity instead of abundance. My parents led very simplistic lives, and it was just not the focus. They were more focused on teaching and learning and doing and experiencing. But the fact is, at the end of the day, money is a tool that enables all of that and more. Money is a tool that enables people to do good, should that be their objective. It enables whatever the beholder can imagine. And I fully intend to do wonderful things with a thriving and abundant business. I'm also extremely grateful for the opportunity to do so. So over the past few days, I've been digging into those feelings and thoughts. Also had my friend Donna dig into me literally and do some serious massage on my shoulder last Friday. And things are easing up, feeling better in general. And I'm confident that by giving my injury the attention that it needs, being more careful physically of not straining these muscles again, and also reassuring myself that I don't actually carry the weight of the world on my shoulders, that the healing will be forthcoming. I was reading an article the other day talking about the failure rate of startups, and of like the 65% startup failure rate, 20% of those startups failed due to challenges with the mental and physical health of the founders. In the hustle culture, there really is not an emphasis on self-care. I've always felt very lucky that at the Juice Company, even though I have been hustling for 10 years now, I'm surrounded by nutritious food and a holistic lifestyle that really helps me stay clear about what the objective is. Drink the juice, do the yoga. Use the essential oils. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention. I have been putting frankincense oil on my shoulder as well, trying to absorb all that goodness into my joints and my muscles. Having a yoga school next door is an invaluable asset. Yoga is so different from other forms of working out because it focuses first on you, particularly the Hatha style of yoga. There's an intensity in the slow movement and the holding of the postures that isn't initially evident. And if you don't take care of yourself, it becomes very clear. So a daily yoga practice is almost like a daily check-in with yourself. Did you drink enough water? Did you eat the right food? Did you sleep? Did you drink too much of something else other than water that is making you feel really crappy today? And if you did, maybe you need to sit down and breathe, and that's okay. That was a hard lesson in our hustle culture, and particularly coming from the mentality of, the Nike promoted just do it. Many forms of working out are still like that, like CrossFit, for example. I forget sometimes how long it took me to really be okay with just being where I am today. I remember for the first few months of taking regular yoga classes, if I wasn't feeling well and if I had to sit down and I wasn't performing my best in that particular class, I would become so upset with myself that I wouldn't actually be able to breathe. And that would only cause further problems within the yoga class. Obviously, breathing is everything, but a lot of us have to learn that lesson the hard way. Today on site, it looks like a new world. The exterior of the building is painted, the pergola is painted, and Sandy's starting her mural on the side of the building this morning. The floors are being polished on the inside, so we should be able to start the finished carpentry this week. And we are on schedule. We have our health department inspection being scheduled for a few days before the ribbon cutting, and everything is on track for August 16th at 11 a.m. Hope to see you guys there. It will be a pleasure to give tours of our production facility and to serve some of our amazing menu items and have a nice juice and kombucha toast at the end, instilling some really great energy from all the best people into our new endeavor. Thanks for listening this morning. I hope that you're doing really well, and I hope you take some time today to take care of yourself. Talk to you next time. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to give us a follow at Vibrant Sunshine Behind the Scenes. You can find photos posted on my Instagram, that's Green Juice and Yoga, Naomi Hoppel, and also on the Vibrant Sunshine Cafe Instagram.